Today we're going to be reviewing Cooper Montana's Model 54 Custom Classic. This one is in 257 Roberts. Hi, I'm Alan for Shedhorn Sports. This is a super cool rifle. You got to see this. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now, looking at the Model 54, one of the first things you may notice is we put a honkin' scope on this thing. This isn't the scope we really wanted to put on here. We thought a 2.5 to 10 Zeiss would have been just perfect, but that scope wasn't available, so it ended up with this 6.5 to 20 Conquest. Still not a bad This Cooper is in the Custom Classic configuration and features an upgraded AAA walnut stock, which you really can't tell in this lighting. This lighting does no justice to this gun at all. So you'll see, we'll throw in some video and some stills of this gun in better lighting outside actually. And the color and grain really comes out. It's just a beautiful piece of wood. There are also other options on this gun that we'll go to later on in the video. And there's a host of options available from Cooper that can be applied to any model that they make. I would really encourage you to go to the website, look at the different models and the different options available on those models. But if you don't have time for a custom Cooper, because custom guns take a while to make, most Cooper dealers are going to have some Coopers in stock. In fact, here at Shedhorn Sports, we always have Coopers in stock. You can go to our website, shedhorn.com, and see what Coopers we have available for immediate delivery. Okay, back to this rifle. Let's Model 54. This is Cooper's short action, 4.308 length cartridges. Sports a 22-inch Sporter contour barrel. Measures .595 at the muzzle end, and I will say that these are premium grade Wilson barrels. Cooper spends as much time it takes to precision chamber a barrel, so you're assured a premium quality barrel and a premium quality chambering job. Ask any accuracy guru, they tell you that nothing affects accuracy more than the quality of the barrel and the quality of the chambering and installation. This one, well, actually all Cooper centerfire rifles use a 3-lug bolt pattern similar to Seiko, which results in a 60-degree bolt lift. Super smooth. Oh, just what a joy. So super smooth 3-bolt lug. The ejector is a plunger style, and this picture will show you. And the extractor is a Seiko style. So Seiko style metal on this Custom Classic is all steel. On some models it'll be aluminum, but on this particular model it's all steel. And that includes the magazine, which is in this day and age a little surprising. It's a magazine of their own design, heavy duty steel. I mean, this thing is built like a tank. It's not flimsy. You can't pinch it. This heavy duty steel. This thing is tough, rugged. Houses 3 cartridges, easily loaded, and we'll insert a little clip here that shows the magazine being loaded. Very, very tough, very durable. 3 rounds might seem kind of odd as far as the number goes, but that gives you 4 rounds total with 1 in the chamber. Plenty adequate enough. Fits flush into the gun. Very nicely contoured. I will say this about the magazine. The gun has to be oriented with the magazine down in order to get it to fall from the rifle. Almost any other angle and it won't come out. It needs to be angled in a downward position so that gravity can do its thing. The safety on the 54 and actually on all Coopers is right back here behind the bolt where you expect it to be, a thumb safety. It's small. It's not something you're going to catch on something or knock off accidentally. I wish it had a little more spring pressure to the safety. it actually clicks on safe harder than it goes off safe. I wish it was the other way around. It's not a safety issue, it's just a personal preference for me, but I would prefer it to be just a few pounds heavier to click off safe. Right back here next to it is their loaded, or their cocked indicator, a little red button there, nicely shaped, unobtrusive, but easily seen. The checkering on this rifle is something to behold. Actually, it's quite nice, all hand checkered, and just beautifully done. No overruns. All the lines are straight that are supposed to be straight. The arrows are sharp. Extremely well executed. We'll try to give you a close-up of the checkering as well as the color of the wood. In this lighting, the wood just doesn't really come out like I would like. So we took it outside and took a few pictures of it. Hopefully you get a better view of the color of the wood as well as the foreign tip. This is ebony, real wood, not the plastic that you're going to see on you-know-who. And so it's beautiful. It's got some colorations to it, and hopefully those come out in the other pictures as well. And while we're talking about the stock, let me turn this around. This has an exquisite cheek piece on it. This is a shadow line cheek piece. The lines on it are very sharp, very detailed, very nicely done. And again, take a picture outside and so that you can get hopefully a better view of this. At the range, this gun garnered a lot of attention. Everybody had to come and see, oh, what you shooting? You know, boy, that's pretty. So a lot of people came and looked at it. Everybody oohed and awed and drooled. But there was one thing everybody missed, and I'm not surprised because it's not something you see very often. And this gun has 7 screws, and you won't be able to see them here, so we'll insert another clip that shows these. It has inlaid swivel studs, top and bottom, and they're just beautifully done, and that's not what people didn't notice. It's the screws. Every screw, there's 7 of them on this gun, are all oriented the same. And nobody caught it, but once I showed it to them, they're just like, oh wow, I've never seen that before. And it's not something you see, well, I've never seen it ever either. I noticed it, but it's not something you would normally see. But again, it's those simple touches. Sometimes they're somewhat subdued, but there's subtle touches that are done that separate quality from average. And that's one of those things that just people were amazed once they saw it, because it doesn't happen by accident. Okay, next up is our shooting results. We'll go to the range. Before we go there, let me say that ammo, as most of you know, is impossible to find. And for this caliber, it was no different. We had 1 box of factory ammo, some AccuBond Nosler loads, and that was it. There was nothing else out there. Getting cases just to reload. Finally, Cooper came through and provided us some of their ammo to shoot, and a huge lifesaver for us. So we shot some 100 grain Spear, some 120 grain Sierra, and some 90 grain Sierra for reloads, and then the 110 grain AccuBond in the factory loads. Also, we used 2 different cameras for our range work for 100 yards, and you'll see the difference. We had a camera set up at the target until some people showed up, which meant we had to bring the camera back. So we used a different camera, which actually worked out better for us as far as filming goes, but you might prefer our old method. But anyway, it was interesting, and we'll continue working on that and trying to perfect. So let's head off to the range and see what kind of results we got shooting this rifle. as you can see, this gun really shoots. Shooting right around a 1/2 inch for most ammo, not everything. And you noticed, no doubt, that the factory loads weren't on there, an oversight on my part. We did shoot the Nosler 110 grain AccuBond factory load, and while I didn't get it on tape, I do have the targets here. 100 yards, and actually I didn't measure this one. This one looks to be about, I'm going to say 1.3 to 1.4 inches. And that was actually the first group we shot with it. So we shot it again, and this group measures 0.85 inches. And there's actually 3 bullets there, 2 through the same hole. So it actually, I was surprised actually that the factory load shot that well, but actually very good. And we shot some of the others. You saw the groups, but I just curious is, okay, they shot great, will it do it again? So here's the 90 grain, and that's a 0.685 inches. And the 120 grain, this is a 0.599 inches. So consistently, a very good shooter. But we figured this is about a 400 yard gun. So we shot at 400 yards as opposed to 5 like we normally do. And one thing we didn't do is we didn't chronograph any of the ammo. So based upon, and obviously you see that they all impact differently on the target. So we used the target, estimated the velocity, and we dialed in our come-ups accordingly, which weren't always very good. But we got it on paper, we got them on video, and that's all I really cared about. So you'll notice that these aren't always at the point of aim, but I was really more concerned how it was grouping at 400 as opposed to where it was hitting. So just want you to know that, because they're not always right on point of aim. So with that information, let's see what this thing does at 400 yards. Was that awesome or what? Cooper rifles just never fail to impress me. A lightweight sporter rifle that shoots like a heavy barrel. Less than half minute at 400 yards. Just incredible. And they're beautiful. Everything about them just reeks of quality. And a lot of other little things that we didn't go into detail. Bolt lug engagement was impeccable. Chamber run out. Measuring cartridges that we loaded, the run out was around 7 thousandths. After we fire formed them, run out in the case was less than 1 thousandth. Straight chamber, good barrel, just an incredible rifle and incredible value. I really encourage you to check out Cooper Rifles on their website or call us at Shedhorn Sports and order yours today. Hope this was informative. I'm Alan for Shedhorn Sports. Until next time, have a great day.